our next speaker for today, which is also our final session for today. Are you excited about that one? Yes, he's going to be speaking on the entrepreneur's mindset. And this person is truly an entrepreneur in every sense of the word entrepreneurship. He was born, he puts his age here, so I'm going to read it. 23rd of July, 1982. He's a Nigerian businessman and an influential person in Lagos, Nigeria. He's the chairman and CEO of TG Matchnator Enterprise, also referred to as TGM Education, Executive One Capital, and TGM Travels Limited. Now, he's an innovator and entrepreneur with over 20 years in business leadership. He's experienced in all aspects of business formation, operation, finance, and management. And he's going to be speaking to us once again on the entrepreneur's mindset. Please make some noise as we make welcome TOLU ADEUSI.
Yeah, wow. What a session. I think I've had a great listening to everyone here that has presented here. But I'd first like to thank Renny for the call and for having a birthday that is worth this celebration. Can you please give her a big round of applause? She's done so, she's inspired me, you know. Well, also, I want to thank the organizers also. I think you guys have been fantastic. Unfortunately, I wanted to read a lot of things to you guys here, but I'll try to be as brief as much as possible. Whenever I want to tell the story about entrepreneurship, I always like to bring my life into it. And I think the gift of experience that God has given anyone is worth every value. Whatever you experience in life can be cash and can be an opportunity. I started off very young. My parents had good jobs. They had good businesses. They were doing well. But things fell apart. I saw how they were evicted from houses and they didn't even know where next they would go to. I saw how I passed common entrance 516 and somebody in the Ministry of Education removed my name from gaining entrance into King's College because I wanted to go to King's College. My dad, you know, I'm from an Ijebu family, but they always wanted the very best in education. But I saw from a very early age that people could take great advantage of you. So I sojourned on a journey, or life took me on a journey all the way, thank you very much, to Kano. Everybody say Kano. I didn't have guardians. So my parents would send me with my mom, a very strong woman, would drop me at Ido Motor Park and put me on a bus to Kano without a guardian and hand me over to the driver and to the conductor to take me to school. And then we didn't have mobile phones, neither did we have Facebook, or did we have a form of communication. It was always this letter that I always got twice in a term that I should remember the home I came from. Now, how does this story mean entrepreneurship? How does this story take you on the journey that I've been through? So in getting to Kano, I was a bit bullied in school. So I had to move to my guardian's house. And I want to say that was one of the best decisions that I ever made as a young person because I wanted to react to the seniors. So the only way we could wrestle it out as a Lagos boy was to, either we divide, one person has to give up for the other. But the long and short of what I'm trying to say here is the entrepreneur's mind is something that anybody can have. First, you must be determined. You must have a plan. They've said so many beautiful things that I've written down here. But in everything that they have said, there's only one part that they left out, is understanding the system at which you are. in. How many people love Nigeria? Ah, God bless you as you do. How many people love Canada here? Raise up your hand. And the UK maybe, or Australia. Now, what I'm trying to say basically is you cannot be a successful entrepreneur in Nigeria if you have nothing to give or you do not love Nigeria in some way or the other. The country is blessed with over 200 million people, and you really think there's nothing you can exchange for the value of education and exposure that you have had in life. I think that would be a very sorry story. So 26 years ago, I began my journey as an entrepreneur. Some would have called it a journey to the unknown, perhaps a journey of a mile. For me, I would say it was and still remains a journey of discovery, courage, resilience, confidence, and most importantly, faith in God. We all want to be successful in all we do, at least for our families and the sake of our great nation, representing as the most populous black nation on the earth. I started work at an early age of 12 and then 16, such that on the day I was named the best student 96-97 session at the Federal Government College in Kano, I was selling under the tree for my guardian in school during the break time. Because that was the only condition my guardian gave me in school, and I felt she was rude because my parents didn't put me through that kind of trauma. Imagine going from Chrisland to Federal Government College in Kano and selling under a tree. A friend approached me and said, "Tolu, they had called you, they just called your name. Your name was listed on the board that the Emir of Kano was going to be giving an award to the best student." And I was like, "Me? I'm not even aware I even did very well." But the point of it was, I didn't see that coming. That means sometimes you can do good things and your reward might be on the way and you might not necessarily be ready for it. So I went to change to a better school uniform that was cleaner. Then I ran there and I got the award. So I went from selling under a tree to working in an FMCG factory, which I own today. Then selling recharge cards at Obalende while hanging onto a job, and thank you very much, Mom. While hanging onto a job and school, then pasting posters around Lagos, which gave me insights to how Lagos was being divided and how to access the informal sector. So you see, sometimes when elderly people send you on errands, I remember this particular, for those of us that work in organizations that are trying to come up, I sent a young man to Shomolu to help me get something. And he didn't realize that I was sending him on an assignment that would later on in life become an opportunity for him. I was sending him to a printer's shop so that he would help me get something, so he would have connections, he would be able to understand the branding that I wanted to express to the various brands that I represent today. So, without saying so much, I started TG Magnata, that's TGM Education, with as little as 8,000 naira. That was in the year 2007. And I've built successfully companies over $20 million without venture capitalists and other finance stakeholders. Please, that's a lot of work. Yes. Now, without venture capitalists, that means I'm the only one on the board. I'm the only person that everybody speaks to. With over 120 staffs fully employed as of today in 16 years. In this journey, as an entrepreneur, you would leave footprints but make sure you leave great ones. If you saw some minutes when I stood up, I had exchanged some pleasant greetings with my longtime old friend Chris Omojiade that just left. And I met Chris when I was a lot younger, and we did some things together. And that's how you know people that are credible, people that have done things in the past. On this great journey of life, you will be tested for what you are made of. Today, we are spread in education. We're the biggest student recruitment agency in Africa, owned by an indigenous African, and is Nigerian, and is standing here before you today. Today, we are the only organization that has finance, a financial aspect of it that has an office in Nigeria and also in the UK, and we give international loans. That's a lot of work. Today, we are invested in technology. How many of you want to be entrepreneurs here? Raise up your hand. Or are already entrepreneurs, or you lack fund in any way. They've mentioned the banks, they've mentioned so many things. But I have a small good news, a small token that can be beneficial to you. If you have an iPhone, raise up your hand, iPhone or any phone, yeah, fantastic. Now there's this app called Refer Wallet. It's one of my inventions that I invented as an alternative to Facebook and Twitter. Right now, it has over 10,000 people downloading, and what they do is refer businesses to one of my organizations called TGM Education in an exchange for $200. So that can be your startup capital. So if I started off with 8,000 naira, then you can start off with $200. Now, if you can find it on the Play Store or the iOS. So today we are spread in education, finance, we're in the production sector, FMCG, we're in the aviation, we're in the recycling, and we're in real estate, to mention a few, in Nigeria, Ghana, Uganda, United Kingdom, and United States. I perceive coming here as a calling to serve and to show how I was able to turn water to wine in the small way I could in my 20s, as every entrepreneur must find their own paths to become. In your 20s, build character. It will help with your mind. Who are you? Are you a liar? If you are a liar, I can tell you, you can be a good salesman, but just become a truth sayer. You can oversell yourself sometimes. Don't be beaten with the fact that people have name tagged you a liar. Become somebody better. Build character. Let your imaginations run wild. At an early age, I would think everything was possible. You know, I would walk past the gutters and I'll be like, because what happened or how did I eventually transcend into it? First, coming from an Ijebu family, from Ijebu Day, and we taught in business. We're commerce people, you know. I never used to save. Some of us that are entrepreneurs would want to save in shares, you know, put the money in the bank. No, that's not how my grandma would do it. She would buy seasonal products like palm oil. How many of you know that if you bought palm oil in January, it will be cheap, but by the ember months, the price would have gone up to about 40%. And guess what? No stock market can guarantee that price, because if you're investing in seasonal goods, your value is guaranteed, because everybody will consume and everybody will make benefit of it some way or the other. Let your imaginations run wild. So that's how I saved my salary. So when I was working at the same time school, because I had to work and school to put myself through University of Lagos. But guess what? Today is all paying off. I'm on the board of trustees for University of Lagos on entrepreneurship. Please give me a real round of applause. It's my great alumni. I love University of Lagos. Invest in physical assets that can be resold and can hedge against loss in currency. I heard a lot of speakers speak about investing in one financial house. See, I invested in 2007 and I lost all my shares. There's no lie about that. I invested in, I actually invested in some multi-level marketing thing, thinking I was going to buy myself an Infinity Jeep. And that's when the CBN governor called and said they should clamp down all the financial whatever, and I lost all that dream also. And guess what? I even lost my job. But I was also attacked even at work because I was young and I would do naive things. But of course I had people that mentored me. So I was able to be built at some time. But I'm not going to waste too much of your time. I just want to run through a few things. So be useful and teachable. Be humble, respectable, and dependable. Learn fast and from your mistakes. No hating. Take job and opportunities very seriously. Don't be afraid to give up the good for the great. I believe in the supreme worth of the individual and in his right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. I do not think there is any other quality so essential to success of any kind as the quality of perseverance. So persevere. Know you are not alone in this journey. If you find good friends, make them, keep them even on this journey. Then lastly, I want to also let you know that understanding the law of the land of which you operate is very, very important. The land, Nigeria, has laws, and if you break them, you will be in trouble. Before you go into any business, be observant. Read, understand the implication of your sales. Because if it goes bad, you could be behind jails. Visit Manti State CID, you understand what I'm saying. So love your country. Do not let the society dictate what your life should be, but by wisdom and intellect, let us build a prosperous nation together. I would like to charge you this day to use this opportunity to change the narrative of your life, family, and society. Wherever this journey of life may take you, be sure to turn a disaster into an opportunity and smile at every travail. I can promise that this will be a very rewarding space to unveil a better future ahead like myself. Have the fear of God in all you do. Be humble. Look for the good in man. Love your country and build a fantastic future every day. The secret to success in business is in Proverbs 22 verse 4. Proverbs 22 verse 4. If there's anything you take away, take this. The reward of humility, in quote, that is having a realistic view of one's importance and the relevant and the reverent and worshipful fear of the Lord is riches, honor, and life. I leave you with this wisdom quote, guiding me every day and summarizing my journey so far. I was early taught to work as well as play. My life has been one long happy holiday, full of work and full of play. I dropped the worry on the way, and God was good to me every day. Thank you very much for listening.